especially because he has his Nexus in production now, down by the Nexus, and I mean down by the Natural, and he's in a great position. A second Banshee is out and is crossing the middle of the map. I'm not sure if the observer did see that though.
Now Nama knows that even though he didn't get 50 probe kills, a standard for a Banshee, that's totally fine. He's going to continue to harass. He's going to pick off any outlying units. He saw that probe, picked off that one. Even pylons can be a vulnerability, and here he is darting down, sees the probes, juicy kills, and it looks like this Banshee is going to get a couple of kills of his own.
It leaves with 2 kills actually. Thought it could have possibly got a third. Unfortunately, it doesn't. The command center in Nama's base is almost done, and he is going for siege tanks. And he's also building a medivac at the same time, and an extra barracks being added onto the tech lab.
Yeah, definitely wants to get up those extremely strong units, the tanks. This is a real standard in Terran versus Protoss now. You do the Banshee harass, and all this Banshee is really going to force Mana to do is to keep these units here. They really cannot leave because he knows that this Banshee is still alive. Great damage being done by the Banshee, even though it is just sitting still, and this will allow Nama to, or excuse me, yes, that's right, there we go, Nama. That will allow him to build up a big army of tanks for a large push. Oh, and the scan to pick off the ops. Very nice.
And as you say, not only does he have to keep units down by the Natural in case of the Banshee, he has to keep them in the main as well. Because of the large area around the side of the map, all this cliff area, he can just come in from any direction without being spotted. And so he's going to have to split his units up. And that could actually be really cool for Nama and actually hold up if he gets another probe kill. But as I was saying, that's really good for Nama because he could push directly through the middle, knowing that Stalkers are split all across the map to try and defend this Banshee.
And it looks like Nana's actually the one gearing up to do a push. Interestingly enough, 5 warp gates out right now. Almost always you see Protoss is getting that very fast Colossus, but not Mana. He needs more gateway units to defend this backdoor and his main from all those air units.
Medivacs are being making, and Stim is almost finished. That's obviously going to be key in this matchup. I'm trying to see if Mana is going to cut probe production. Obviously the build that a lot of players are using now is they get just the right amount of saturation on each base, and then go for 6 warp gates and just pile pressure into the Terran player.
And look at this, Nama doing such a good job with just this single Banshee. Again, it doesn't just have to kill probes, any outlying vulnerable units. Even if he just gets this one Zealot, that would be great, but instead just going to let him know that he's the boss and leave him with 14 life to think about it.
+1 ground weapons is being researched from the Forge, from Mana in the main, and I'm trying to see, is he trying to go for this attack through the middle? And I think the best decision for him to do is just to kill the rocks down, to put pressure on Nama, just to let him know that he is still around. But I think the thing he's going to do is just to wait to 4+1 to finish before engaging.
Yeah, now Nama did need a lot of time to get all these siege tanks up. I don't think he actually might not be prepared for this huge 5-gate push. And now here's Nama cutting right through the center, seeing everything that's going down. He sees the Twilight Council. He might be able to do some damage at this Nexus. There are cannons at each location. And look at the Chrono Boost on every single warp gate. It really looks like he is trying to win with this single push. Does Nama have enough tanks? We will see. Mana now swinging in. There's the Guardian Shield. He's going to swing for it, and he is going for it.
And SCVs have been pulled off, and they are going right into the front, and it looks like Mana will be able to defend this successfully and push his Mana out of his base.
Very nice play there by Nama. It looks like Mana needs to continue to reproduce these gateway units. It is very hard to be able to keep up with the strength of those siege tanks, so Mana is going to get Templar Archives. He's going to get Sonic Storm. He's going to try to pick off all these Marines. The Marine count from Nama is so high, and it looks like Nama's gearing up to push. Oh, so smart. He's going to push and attack right as this very important combat shield upgrade finishes.
+1 for Protoss is just about to finish. That's the best thing that happened to him right now. Charge is not going to be done, and he uses his force fields to just try to hold him off for a little bit longer, as he's not quite prepared for this attack.
I mean, this is very, very nice timing by Nama. Notice he's attacking right as his own combat shield upgrade finishes, and before the Templar Archives pop down, there's the Stim. Uh-oh, he's cut off a huge amount of infantry at the front. Mana is going to take that win. No, loading up into the medevac. Great play by Nama.
Great play, and he knew he was in trouble because the siege tanks were out of range. They were too far back. The force fields cut the infantry off from the tanks, and here we see once again the bunker play pushing ever so closer into the Protoss army. Zealot speed is about to be done, and +1 ground armor is being researched. That will help out a lot.
He did pick off one Viking. If those Zealots do get the leg speed upgrade, that was going to help so so much. Those units are so fast, and it looks like, no, he is just going for it. Now the Zealot with light speed finishes. There's the charge. The tanks do a little bit of damage back to the Marines, but there are so many tanks from Naama. The medevacs in the front. Will he be able to pick them off? No! He repels it.
Oh, and he's going to push into the main, and he could be in a lot of trouble now. A storm is only just starting. He really needs that to combat this. The destructible debris is going to go down, and he will be going onto the natural of Mana, and oh, he's in so much trouble.
Really, Mana has almost no units left. He doesn't have the Psionic Storm. He's trying to warp in the Templar, but they need 75 energy. They spawn with just 50, so he will have to spawn them and then wait and hope that he has enough energy by the time that research finishes. And now he's sprinting forward, picking off his pylon. If we go to the resource station, still neck and neck with both players, just within 2 food of each other.
And supply depots are being placed down at the front next to these bunkers as well, just to absorb more damage from all the units. And here we go, he's trying to get rid of this pylon. Will not supply Captain Noise. He's got enough supply. Got to be careful. The siege tank in a fantastic position, shooting across that little gap in the middle.
And it looks like the Psionic Storm upgrade is just now finished, so he is trying to get the Amulet upgrade. The Amulet allows those High Templar to cast Psionic Storm right when they finish building, so that will allow him to possibly do counter-aggression. But look at Mana's patience. He's not overreacting. But the problem is Naama is getting a lot of time to establish himself, and here's the attack.
Oh, and what a great storm, doing a lot of damage, and this is it. He needs to clean out from here. Will he be able to do it? There are so many Zealots. Tanks are being fired now, but it looks like he will be able to defend this. And oh my god, will he do it?
He's trying to pick off the siege tanks. Those are the key units. But look at how many infantry are left. Mana attacking from 2 angles. He is morphing an Archon. The Archon is finished. Where is he getting all these units from? Naama does manage to not lose his contain.
Oh my god, that is so big, and Naama is looking great. The second game this is, and he's containing his opponent once again, this side outside of the natural, and he could go straight down into it and even snap this Nexus, and now down goes the Nexus, and it
he kills it! That is a huge win.
That is a huge win indeed, Day 9, and all these medevacs are healing this infantry straight up there. They can be drug happy, stim all day long, and they can get repaired, and more storms are coming down. Will he be able to get some good ones?
Missed with one, hit with another. There's the crunch with Zealots and High Templar from both sides. These units, these Zealots are still alive, doing a ton of damage, but there are bunkers, there are tanks. Mana's units are getting completely disorganized, and Naama is playing brilliantly.
He's playing so well. The Archon's going to go down as well. All these make so many medevacs here healing all this, and it looks a nice storm, doing a lot of damage, but I don't think he can do much. He really needs to try and hold on. Zealots are trying to break through this, but these siege tanks are doing a lot of damage.
Naama doing brilliant micro, lifting and dropping units into those medevacs. There's another storm picking off one of those medevacs. Ooh, several more fall. But there's the good game. Naama is currently up 2-0.
Wow. What an interesting game. The containment he does with the bunkers, just holding his opponent, putting so much pressure. He even decided to build supply depots.
Yeah, and that is going to definitely mess with the micro of those Zealots. They can't charge up to the tanks or even the Marines and Marauders, and Naama was very, very aggressive with that push. Ordinarily, players just carefully, gently move their siege tanks forward, but we saw Naama sprint up with those Marines and Marauders, and even when the force fields were thrown down, he lifted into the medevacs and escaped safely.
That was such a smart play. A lot of players was just sat there and been like, oh, they're gonna die. I was like gonna swear then on stream. I'm like, they're like gonna die, but he picks them up so nice, puts them above the force fields and lands them safe next to the tanks once again. Brilliant play by both players, and we are going to be going straight into the third game. No delays here, Day 9, are there?
That is right. We are going into Game 3. It will be on Xel'Naga Caverns, the most commonly played map in this tournament, and I think Mana is going to have a big breather. In Lost Temple, spawn in the close positions. In Scrap Station, automatically spawn in the close positions. But on Xel'Naga Caverns, you have a lot of space, you have a lot of breathing room.
So now it is Finland versus Poland in terms of countries. Finland up 2-0 here. Both players are from Mouse Esports. I'm pretty sure Mouse Esports are happy with both players reaching the final.
Absolutely.
I hope Mana can come back from this, being 2-0 down. He really does need to keep his composure going into this final game on Xel'Naga. He really does need to win this. Otherwise, it will be the last game we will see. And I don't want that, Dana, and I'm having so much fun up here.
Indeedy do, and I do believe that Mana is going to be feeling quite comfortable. Xel'Naga Caverns, we've seen a lot of turmoil on this map. There is so many different attack paths. Your natural expansion is incredibly vulnerable. The two Xel'Naga watchtowers, key points of the map that allow you to cover every possible attack path through the center, and it looks like all the players are in the game. The players are ready, and I'm curious, is the crowd ready? And here we are going into Game 3. Nama is up 2-0. And if you would like him to close this one out as the final game, give a cheer for Nama!
And if you want to see more StarCraft 2 action in here for the next half an hour to an hour, please make some noise for MouzNaama!
I get the sense that the crowd likes StarCraft.
I think so. I love StarCraft. Do you look StarCraft?
I think it is pretty good.
It is such a good game, isn't it, Day 9?
Pretty basically. Either way, we have Mouse Sports and Nama spawning in the bottom left as the red Terran. In the top right, we have Mana as the blue Protoss. Mana, the Cinderella story of this tournament, coming to the BYOC qualifier, having no expectations. And here he is in the final, but he has an uphill battle ahead of him. He is down 0-2.
And a lot of players go into this situation looking at themselves, knowing that they are down 0-2, but they have to keep cool in this situation. That's what makes a fantastic player. We've seen so many series in different tournaments where players come from behind to take the final win, and that is how a champion should play. So if MouzMana wants to be the DreamHack champion, that is what he needs to do.
Mana's chilling at 400 actions per minute. I would say that the adrenaline in his body is functioning properly. He does not want to have any expended, or he wants to expend all that energy so that way he can play to his fullest. Sometimes players, if they try to play a little slowly, that adrenaline can make those hands shake. So Mana just making use of the energy his body's given him.
And Nama, look at the position of the barracks down here. It has got a little cute little small space here for the Tech Lab to go down. Interesting to see if he goes for a Marine first or straight for the Tech Lab. We've seen both varieties come from him throughout this tournament. The probe is going to come in and see exactly what I just said, and the SCV is going up towards the north also.
And it looks like a little bit of probe harass will begin zapping at that SCV. It's at 35 life, 25, 20. It looks like he will be pulling that probe back, but still, any damage you can deal, maybe if you can even pick off an SCV, that's always a really great way to start a match.
And he is going to chase it down. I'm not sure if he will be able to get the kill. He's got to be careful of not getting surrounded. And here he is. He's just playing around on the mineral field, and here goes this SCV. He's going to attack it, haze it a little bit, slap it with its metal sticks. And up in the base, we do see the cybernetics core going down. Perfect timing, and the SCV sees this.
And it looks like the probe will end up getting picked off by Nama. Mana would have liked to loop around this back door to try to see if the Tech Lab was going down or if it was going to be a factory, but he will not get that knowledge. He has his second assimilator getting thrown down. It looks like it's going to be another one-base play from Mana.
Yeah, and the SCV sees this. He knows exactly what's going on. Are we going to see a Reaper come through the racks? Yes, we are. A Reaper is going to be waypointed into the base of Mana, and he's going to see a lot of information with this. And at the same time, a second refinery has gone down before the factory, and out comes the SCV to put that factory down. And
it does look like Nama has managed to escape and retreat, sending that first Marine to the Xel'Naga watchtower to check out what is up. Probe has to back off now, and meanwhile, it looks like no second gate, no robo yet. Mana still has options in front of him.
And here we go, the robotics facility has gone down after the first gateway, which is quite early actually. And what's next from them? It is going to be a Marine coming from the barracks next, and the Reaper is on its way out, and it is going to be moving down the right hand side of this map and try to get in now. But there is a pylon with great placement, and the sentry is in place too.
And it looks like this Reaper is swinging up to the right side. This probe from Mana is sneaking down to see if there's any expansion up. No, nothing at all. And very good foresight there by Mana, being able to put that sentry there, and he will be able to repel this Reaper, and still no information gained by Nama.
No, he actually doesn't know anything that's going on. There could be 5 Stargates for all he knows in there, but he has no idea what's going on. And look at this right now. Marines are moving out to control the Xel'Naga towers, and that is key. The thing is, there's this probe hanging around at the bottom that can go into the base at any time right now, and he could see everything.
And it looks like we have one Hellion coming out, and will he be researching the Blue Flame upgrade? No, it looks like no Infernal Pre-Igniter is going down. And it looks like, wow, Nama having excellent scouting, checking all the corners of his base.
I think that was actually, he cancelled the Hellion to put down the Starport, and now he is going to rebuild the Hellion, and Banshee is coming out. Will he be getting Cloak though? Trademark from now.